What plane did you take to Alaska?
Let's see if I can think it out. I'm bleary-eyed. It was. You have a photograph of it?
I remember the photographs being of it was like an aluminum or like silver plane.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the one. That's the one.
And it had Snow's Canning Company on the
Right,
side.
so I could charge off the bills.
But you flew that one all the way to Alaska.
Yes, I did.
And
flew it all the way to Mexico. To almost to the beginning of South America. Yep.
And then you flew to Alaska and you also saw whales spouting.
People would never believe what I saw in Alaska. When I'm looking in this bay, it happened to be a collection of whales in the breeding time. I'm looking down, of course naturally you see the spout in the air. I'm looking down and it's halfway from here to the island. All of these whales were collected. The whole bay was spouting. I was aghast to look and see. Had to have been 500. I mean, it was absolutely nothing but spouts. They were all evidently breeding time or something like that. Yep. Yep, and that was right off Nome. And I went right to the center of Nome and landed. Yeah. And there was no hospital, no hotel facilities. They said you can't stay here. But I had to sleep. And I remember sleeping on the floor in the kitchen of somebody.
Somebody's house or like the airport?
So, yeah, somebody's house, because there were no guest facilities.
There was no Nome Hilton?
There was nothing at the time, no.
Now, is this when you met Eskimos and took the photos of the Eskimos?
Yeah.
And they fed you the whale?
Yes, and I flew, not the whale, the walrus. They had caught a walrus, and it was slaughtered there on the beach, and they were cutting off pieces, and the Eskimos were loving to eat the pieces, and the Eskimos are looking as they presented me a piece of it. Of course, I've got to eat it, with all those Eskimos watching, and you know, God, that was the hardest thing I ever put down. But by God, I ate it bloody raw. Yep. And I remember one of the Eskimos was born without hands, just nubs. And I asked, because they were all watching the plane, and it's fascinating, a little plane like that, and I said, would you come with me? And I gave that person, only that one, a ride all the way around, everywhere, all over. I imagine they must have, I mean, how it was quite something, and they liked it. I remember attending one of their frolic festivals, and in order to dance with another Eskimo, they would go over and kick them, and so they kick them, and they get on their feet and land. So that's the only way. Not the greeting of would you be nice to me, so no, it's going to give them a kick, and that was the standard recognition of stand up and dance with me. Yeah.